the Great Pyramid in Egypt is an amazing structure. The other pyramids in Egypt are also amazing structures. I've done many, many hours of video bringing forth, presenting some new theories in regards to systems of weight and measure in regards to the Great Pyramid. I do not seek to diminish it. It is a lovely building. It fascinates me. And it is an awesome structure. And the official history in regards to that has so many holes in it. It's laughable. However, the other side of the spectrum, well, I must, so it's, I attack Zoe Hawass. Let's not, I do that very often. However, the opposite side of the spectrum, which would attack the mainstream Egyptologists, are full of BS. And they create, and they've turned it into a religion, into an ideology no better than Zoe Hawass. And again, it has become a religion. And so the Great Pyramid is an amazing building. We should examine it. We should re-examine our history. There is no doubt about this. However, many of those promoting the re-examining of history have a bias at least as strong as those that they criticize as being the mainstream. Now, mainstream archaeology goes far beyond Zoe Hawass and Mark Lerner. There are people who have spent their life digging through the sands, scrimping and saving for money, pleading for money to do their research, and they get spat on by Johnny-come-lately, who doesn't even bother to read Wikipedia articles. Again, shameful. But it has led to ancient history becoming a fundamentalist religion where facts are denied to pursue a narrative. So the Great Pyramid is an amazing building. There is no doubt about this. It is aligned to true north within 0.05 of 1 degree accuracy. That's an amazing achievement. It is often said that this level of accuracy was not achieved until relatively modern times, such as the Meridian buildings in like France and London and so forth. This is false. This is absolutely false. This is part of a pathology, of a religion, to create a religion out of ancient history. It is, and we can break this apart. So, beautiful, excellent building. Again, I've done many, many hours. Just because I challenge the lame stream doesn't mean I'm a shill for the mainstream. I like facts. That's my problem. I like facts. I don't want to join your religion. So, Great Pyramid aligned to true north within 0.05 of 1 degree of accuracy. That's amazing. It is. And modern structures struggle to get that. You really have to almost like go to CERN and these type of buildings to get that level of accuracy. However, the statement is that the Great Pyramid was not replicated in surveying accuracy until the modern era. This is patently false. This is just not true. And once again, the Romans, who are so often diminished, and Romans are the heirs of Persians and Greeks and previous cultures to them. So when I say Romans, I'm talking about this wider cultures, wider series of peoples who built brilliant stuff and get ignored because it doesn't fit the religion, which has become ancient history. Segovia in Spain, this is part of a surviving aqueduct. Aqueducts were not bridges. They were essentially ways of delivering water to urban centres from far away. So you had these big cities. People would have died of cholera and all these other sorts of waterborne diseases if it was not for the aqueducts. The Romans built our modern world. This is another example of for instance, a bridge of an aqueduct. So an aqueduct wasn't just about these bridges. They would also tunnel through mountains and maintain such a level of accuracy to put the Great Pyramid in shame. And that is a measurable, testable fact. But again, it's not part of the religion. It doesn't meet with the dogma, with the pathology which has become ancient history. Another example, now you'll find these crossing plains and covering multiple miles and kilometers. So, for instance, the longest Roman aqueduct was roughly about 100 kilometers long. If you were to add up all the mass that was used to create these things and then put them together, well, again, it really puts all the structures into shame. Sorry, but it does. I'm not part of your religion. This is the Pont du Gard, part of an aqueduct in France. Now, the Roman architect Vitruvius recommended a grade of 1 to 4,800 for aqueducts. That essentially means for every 4,800 feet it moved along the ground or the horizon, it would fall 1 foot. 1 to 4,800. Do you understand that level of accuracy? This is what the Romans did. They left. It's measurable, it's testable, it's right there to be seen and measured. But of course, there's a religion around this, and let's protect the religion because, Smurfs and levitation. 1 to 4,800 is 0.0119, so 0.012 degrees. This is what Roman aqueducts achieved in their level of accuracy in regards to surveying. 0.012 degrees. 0.012 degrees. Oh my God, the Great Pyramid was aligned to true north within 0.05 degrees accuracy. Oh my God, let's start a religion. Roman aqueducts, the pyramid was aligned along the ground. Roman aqueducts went through the air and maintained that level of accuracy. Infinitely superior to 0.05 degrees along the ground to true north. You are deluding yourself. You are part of a fundamentalist extremist religion if you cannot acknowledge this fact and if you need to protect it and to build all sorts of arguments to protect yourself. Please, if you're going to talk about ancient history, please at least try to learn a little bit of it. You know what I mean? Because you make an ass of yourself. The Pont du Gard, this is a part of this aqueduct. It was 37 centimeters for every 1 kilometer. Every 1,000 meters, it fell 0.37 meters. 37 centimeters to 1,000 meters. It was above 1 to 4,800 in grade through the air, and then across the ground, and then through mountains. And it maintained this level of accuracy to bring fresh water to faraway urban centers. It's not a tomb. It's not a temple. It is a life-giving, making civilization happen. The Romans didn't need mystery schools. They taught their information. Superior in every way. This is one of the tools in Vitruvius's Book 7 of Architecture. He describes this particular instrument. It's a couple of plumb lines with a groove, and then you would use water. Just like a spirit level, water will always find the level point. This was how they were able to achieve this level of accuracy, which is far more superior, firstly to the Great Pyramid, but then they did it through the air. So again, another level of difficulty added to the top of it. There is a sickness, a pathology to diminish Greco-Roman architecture because it doesn't fit your silly fucking religion. This is a Pantheon in Rome, and for over 1,000 years it was the largest freestanding dome in the world. It has survived all sorts of earthquakes. The columns are made of a single piece of granite, pardon the typo, brought from the Aswan quarries in Egypt. This is Egyptian granite in these quarries here, and Corinthian columns on top of that, I might add. So columns of Hathor, Lotus, the palm columns of Egypt. Nothing. They each weigh 60 ton, which is a whole lot heavier than the column capital of Trajan's column. So please, mate, come on, the center point of the building floats in mid-air. It is not on the ground. It floats in friggin' mid-air. And they made a sphere from this building. It floats in mid-air, just like the aqueducts. They did it through the air, not on the ground, through the friggin' air. Survey and construction, infinitely superior to achieve this for the Senate and the people of Rome. God bless you. Egyptian statue symmetry. There's a lot of made about this. They are very symmetrical. Well, if you use a pentagraph, it's so easy to achieve this. It is not difficult at all to achieve symmetry in a sculpture. It's just not. With simple tools and techniques, you can achieve this symmetry. Oh my God, symmetry. Okay, what about some Roman asymmetry? This is symmetrical. This is living. This is infinitely superior sculpture to that. Why do I not tell you this? Because it is a religion. And I'm not interested in your religion. Veni vidi vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. We came, we saw, we kicked its ass. That's where the quote comes from. Veni vidi vici. Romans. Digitus impudens, the bird, the finger, the digitus, the finger of impudence. This is where the term comes from, and I give you the digitus impudens, you religionists. The Romans made our world. They left textbooks so we could repeat their achievement. They didn't need these mystery schools. They left it to us. They said, here you go. Here, go forth and multiply. Julius Caesar. A coward dies 1,000 deaths. A gallant never taste of death but once. The Romans. Men in general are quick to believe that which they wish to be true. Truer words were never spoken, because the Romans must be diminished to preserve this false narrative of lost high technology. They did it. They left the records, they left the tools. The only advantage the Romans had was steel. And to carve granite and such materials, you need soft steel, which is the equivalent of arsenical copper. Measurable, testable facts of chemistry, of architecture, it's written down. What we do now echoes in eternity. If you willingly persist and push this false narrative, your lies will echo in eternity. What we do now echoes in eternity. Marcus Aurelius. If you've seen the Gladiator movie, Marcus Aurelius was the emperor at the old man, played by, was it Rex Harrison? He was a famous philosopher emperor. And along with others, they left us records. They were not this mystery cult type of people. They built our world, which we exist now, including our science, was all based on the Persian, Greek, Roman traditions, which are never talked about in these false schools of history. There's no other way I can say this. Why are not the high priests of lost high technology discussing these things? I know of only one answer. Because they want to keep you dumb. They use the terms, we're being suppressed, we're being this, we're being that. No, they are suppressing information. Just as much as what Zoe Hawass is. If you make a demon of someone, and then you're exposed as a demon, you're actually worse than him. God damn you, you mongrels. Tell the bloody truth. Learn something. Educate the people. Don't hate on the Romans. Have a good